Hey guys, I'm David Demuzio. Welcome to Hair Loss, Hope, and Tomorrow. My friend Jay International, and that's really his name, Jay International. He just showed me his driver's license, is having hair transplant surgery. And one thing that's really cool about Jay is that he's had a bunch of hair transplants and he's very active online of watching other people's hair transplant channels. That's one of the first places that I came across. Jay was commenting on my channel and then seeing him comment on other people's channels and videos. So I know he watches a lot of hair transplant videos. So I think he's the perfect person to tell us today about what the average or new hair transplant consumer might be missing out on in a lot of these videos. So if you've never had a hair transplant and you're watching this video and other hair transplant videos, what are the things that you're probably hearing over and over, but maybe are not quite registering and you'll wish that they did once you go down that hair transplant route? Jay, what are some of those things that you think a lot of first timers, so to speak, are probably glossing over or missing out on?
So there are some things unique to hair and hair transplants, and I'll talk about that in a second. But just in anything where you're trying to improve yourself, clothes or a new house or some kind of aesthetic surgery, there's just always going to be like a model patient or just a plain out model, like wearing this dress. You're like, oh, wow, I want to look like that. And then you put on the dress and you don't look like that. It's a business and they're going to be showing their best patient, the best situation. So then kind of bringing it back to hair, there are a lot of emotions about not like it can be devastating to lose your hair and you feel lonely and you can't meet girls. And then unfortunately, some unscrupulous doctors and people in the hair transplant industry are going to take advantage of that. And they're going to just tell you what you want to hear. But you have to know the facts. And the facts are that just some people are just born. I mean, they unfortunately have hair loss, but they are perfect candidates for hair transplantation. They just have lots of hair and thick hair, and it's also just a good surgeon. So they just have this golden situation where they end up with this perfect hair and they are a model patient, but you may not be that same person. You might not have as good of hair. You may not go to as good of a surgeon. So you have to know you have all the variables that got that outcome before you can expect that outcome.
You said model, and it's like an outfit, right? Like a certain dress, and you would see a girl that's the model for that dress, and she's got the perfect looking body for that dress. Like they've given her the exact dress after she tried on 20 other dresses that perfectly fit her body. The lighting is great. The camera is great. Even if you're a beautiful girl, you might not look as good in that dress.
There's just the fact that a model, you probably not going to look like that model. That's why they're a model. They have this unique, lucky genetic lottery situation. But then also there are the principles that are unique to hair transplantation that we talked about. But for some reason, something that just came to my mind is there was this episode of Shark Tank, and this woman had this mirror, and it was basically like a carnival mirror, and it made you look skinnier. And then she was like, "This is going to be great. It's going to really help women because how you think you look is how you feel." They all the sharks were like offended, and I feel like when you go to the hair transplant doctor, they're showing you that funny mirror.
That's so
it's
funny.
like a carnival mirror, and like that's not necessarily what you're going to get. But so I guess what should you take away from this? And that is just understanding what it takes, the ingredients to get a good hair transplant, and learning if you have those good ingredients, and if not, just adjusting your expectations. And are you going to be happy if you don't look like the model? Are you going to still be happy in that dress or suit or whatever? And that also applies to hair.
We should totally do a video called The Ingredients for a Great Hair Transplant. Yeah, let's do that. So once we finish this video, we're making a video. Make sure you watch that one. It's called, I don't know, maybe it'll be the 5 ingredients for a great hair transplant. And then you can really go through those ingredients and see how many of them you do and don't have. This one isn't an ingredient. It's just that you mentioned models, right? And if a hair transplant clinic is doing 1,000 cases per year and only 1% of them turn out great, but you still put up 100 videos of before and after results, like I would go to their website and go like, wow, they have a YouTube channel with 100 incredible before and after results. Like that's amazing, right? But that's really not like a great outcome of of hair transplants, 1%.
So
Good results, right?
So definitely a lot of the responsibility goes with the clinic and the doctor, and then there's your genetic factors. But then you have to, I guess, take personal responsibility too, and realistic expectations, and find a doctor that's gonna, like, I guess my case is a good situation. It's like, because I'm missing patches here, and just the placement wasn't right, and I didn't end up with the right result. And you're gonna go in basically with like a bald head, and you may not be able to cover the whole thing. And you've got to go to the right doctor who's going to create this illusion. So your own perception and attitude and expectations is also going to shape your outcome.
Awesome. Well, thanks for watching this video, guys. And make sure to tune into the other video called the ingredients for a great hair transplant. See you soon.